19 News now, coming to you from our digital desk. We're going to be taking you to the Medina Municipal Court for a case that made headlines. It was a woman driving a car through the middle of downtown. You've seen the video. She does not see, or does not yield at least, to the two children who were crossing the road, I believe on their way to school. This was back in March. She hit a 9-year-old. She did stay. But she was subsequently charged with failure to yield to a pedestrian. She had no driver's license, was driving under suspension. You see her right there, Shireen Michelle Vargas. We believe this is going to be a change of plea hearing. Let's take you inside.
All right, would counsel in each matter please recite the terms of the agreements reached?
Your Honor, Ms. Crawford is here to enter a plea of no contest to driving under suspension under 451011A with a dismissal of the balance.
Ms. Crawford, does that sound like the agreement that you've reached with the prosecutor?
Yes, sir.
Very good. And for Ms. Vargas?
Your Honor, Ms. Vargas is here to withdraw her former not guilty plea and enter a plea of no contest and no operator's license under 4510.12A1, as well as disobeying traffic control as a minor misdemeanor. The balance will be dismissed, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Ms. Vargas, does that sound like the agreement that you have reached with the prosecutor?
Yes.
Okay. Before the court can accept your change of plea this morning, the court is responsible for reviewing with you the rights that you give up by doing so. Are you a U.S. citizen, Ms. Crawford?
Yes.
Ms. Vargas?
Yes.
Right. You have the right to maintain your not guilty plea and to force the state to prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a trial, either to the court or to a jury. You have the right to cross-examine witnesses the state calls against you, the right to call your own witnesses at trial, the right to ask the court to compel people to attend trial on your behalf, and the right to remain silent, knowing that what you say can be used against you. If you change your plea this morning, you give those rights up. You understand that, Ms. Crawford?
Yes.
Ms. Vargas? Okay. Ms. Crawford, this is the waiver of jury form from your file. Is that your signature, ma'am?
Yes.
Counsel, that is your signature?
Yes, Your Honor. I witnessed my client sign that document.
Very good. Ms. Vargas, this is the waiver of jury form from your file. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Counsel?
It is, and I did witness the client's signature, Your Honor.
Thank you. Did anyone force, threaten, or promise you anything to get you either to sign the waiver of jury form or to change your plea this morning? Ms. Crawford?
No, sir.
Ms. Vargas?
No, Your Honor.
Are you making these decisions voluntarily? Ms. Crawford?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Vargas?
Yes, sir.
All right, you'll plead either guilty or no contest to the charges. A guilty plea is a complete admission of your guilt. A no contest plea is not an admission of guilt, but it is an admission that the facts stated in the complaint against you are true. If the court reviews those facts and determines that they state an offense against you, and the court usually does that, then the court can enter a finding of guilt against you based on your no contest plea. Unlike the guilty plea, the no contest plea cannot be used against you in later civil and criminal matters. You understand the difference between those pleas, Ms. Crawford?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Vargas? Yes. Okay. Have you had the opportunity to review all of this with your attorney, Ms. Crawford?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Vargas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied that you received good counsel? Ms. Crawford?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Vargas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. All right, Ms. Crawford, in 24 TRD 350, you are pleading to a first-degree misdemeanor driving under suspension charge. It carries with it a potential maximum fine of $1,000, up to 6 months in jail, and the assessment of 2 points on your license. You're aware that those are the potential penalties?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, then to the charge under revised code 4510.11A, the first-degree misdemeanor, what plea will you enter?
No contest. We'll waive an explanation of facts and stipulate to a finding, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, based upon counsel's stipulation, your no contest plea in the court's review of the complaint, the court will enter a finding of guilt against you on that charge. The balance of the charges in the case will be dismissed. Anything before sentencing?
Your Honor, just to note that this, Ms. Crawford is in a difficult situation. She's a single mother of 5 children. She's managing their needs. The suspension is something that she is also having a hard time managing. She and I have talked about that a little bit. She's unsure about how to get driving privileges, unsure about what that process is. We're trying to talk through it a little bit. There are significant barriers. Having the suspension is going for several more years. So definitely it was bad decision making, but she's just looking to put this behind her and hopefully going in the right direction with getting driving privileges so that she can avoid this situation in the future.
Okay. Ms. Crawford, anything you'd like to add? All right, have you checked the BMV's website?
Yes, it's also confusing. I thought I was able to drive if I got an SR22 and apparently I wasn't. I wanted to be driving and I'm trying to figure it out now.
Dan DeRose with 19 News here. If you're a little confused, this is the first time I've ever seen this. They're doing 2 change of plea hearings at the exact same time. We're hearing the name Miss Crawford. That is not the woman you see on the screen here. That is Shireen Michelle Vargas. But it appears they're allowing both of these because it sounds like they're very similar. They're both change of pleas to driving on a suspended license.
As far as the things that you may need to take care of, but I would check that website. Counsel can help you navigate that, but it doesn't look like you're too far from checking boxes. It may come down to money. It may just come down to money. The court, having reviewed the pre-sentence investigation materials and the sentencing factors under the revised code for misdemeanor cases, will impose the following sentence. The fine will be $200. The court will give you 6 months to pay the fines and costs. 2 points will be assessed on your license. Not going to impose any jail time or probation. So work out the payment plan with the clerks that you can live with and stick to it, okay? All right, good luck. You're welcome. All right, Ms. Vargas, in 24 TRD 1541, you are pleading to a first-degree misdemeanor driving under without a valid license charge, which carries with it a potential maximum fine of $1,000 and up to 6 months in jail. You are also pleading to a minor misdemeanor, which carries with it a potential maximum fine of $150. You're aware that those are the potential penalties?
Yes.
All right, ma'am. Then to the charge under revised code 4510.12A1, the first-degree misdemeanor, what plea will you enter? And to the charge under Medina Codified Ordinance 313.03, the minor misdemeanor, what plea will you enter?
No contest.
Okay.
We waive resuscitation of facts and we'll stipulate to a finding of guilty.
Thank you. All right, based upon counsel's stipulation, your no contest pleas and the court's review of the complaint, the court will enter a finding of guilt against you on those 2 charges. Balance of the charges in the case will be dismissed. Anything before sentencing, counsel?
Your Honor, I am standing in for Attorney Stout Shear. It is my understanding that this truly was an accident, and the defendant is very remorseful for this, but because of the potential for civil liability, there'll be a little discussed in terms of the facts, Your Honor. I will tell you that she is making every effort she can. Part of her inability to get a license is because of some child support issues. It's my understanding, based on conversations that are here this morning, everything but for the fines and costs assessed in this case have been paid, and I'd ask the court to inquire.
Okay. All right, very good. Ms. Vargas, anything you'd like to add?
No, Your Honor. It was clearly just an accident. I just been having a hard time with hardship and financial trying to get my license. It was never suspended. It was just, it was expired and I never renewed it when I lived in New York. So when I came here, I didn't really have a license. And by the time I was going to get one, there was a hold on it. So I had to fix all those financial issues. And that's all that's what my issue was with just getting a license and trying to acquire it before I just paid off all those other financial problems that I had.
All right, is there someone here on behalf of the victim in the case? Okay, there is not. All right, the court has reviewed the pre-sentence investigation materials, the circumstances of the underlying offense, and the sentencing factors under the revised code for misdemeanor cases. Having considered those factors, the court will impose the following sentence. On the no operator's license charge, the fine will be $150. On the disobeying of the traffic control device, the fine will be $50. 2 points will be assessed on your license. We're not going to impose any jail time or probation in this case. Any questions about the sentence? All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Dan DeRose with 19 News. As you heard the sentence there, 2 simple fines, a $100 fine for driving without a license, a $50 fine for failure to yield. That's what caused her to hit that 9-year-old little boy. As you heard the attorney, there is going to be a civil side of this case, meaning more than likely the family of that 9-year-old who did survive, and you can see she did stop. We've edited the video so you don't see the child actually vault off the front of that vehicle. As you can see, landed about 10 feet off the front of the hood. He does get up, she does stop, and police and paramedics do arrive. But simple fine of total of $150 and 2 points on her license. Again, it's that city video, the surveillance video given to us by the city of Mentor that really drew attention to this. While she's claiming this is just a pure accident, it does appear to be that. It shows just how dangerous failure to yield. She didn't have anybody blocking her. She was in the turn lane, should have seen those two children simply walking across the street. We're going to wrap this up. If we have any other breaking news, it'll be here on our digital properties. Otherwise, look for our 11 o'clock news coming up in a few hours on CW43. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a great day.